All right. If you can hear me, give me one in the chat. Right. If you can hear me, give me one in the chat. The whole of last week, we have really had a very long session. And I want to welcome back all the people that are basically were able to attend our event in Mbarara. Welcome back and thank you for work well done. Our next event in Uganda, as confirmation throw in, will either be in Jinja or in Mbali, in one of those two areas. That's where our next event is going to be in Uganda. But as we speak now, our next event looks like is going to be in our next event looks like it's going to be in the area we call in the area of Kenya. So our next event is going to be in Kenya. Yes, our next event. Our next event is going to be in Kenya. We are not going to have one event. We are going to have several events in Kenya in different locations. But our first event is going to happen specifically in Nairobi on the 20th. So on the 20th, we shall be in Nairobi and I'll be giving particular trading strategies, particular trading skills, and also different approaches. Because I want to thank the crypto ambassadors in that side of Kenya who are doing whatever it takes to make sure that our event becomes very, very successful. Congratulations and keep running. And so today, my main topic for today is basically one of the topics I need to pay a close attention to. And this topic is called emotional trading. Okay, as I prepare you to take you through my technical analysis, I want to be working with people who are familiar with the experience of trading and especially using their robots. And without me handling this important part, called emotional trading, it could be very hard for anyone who is on this call to say that they will be successful traders without them understanding emotional trading. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was no royal queue, I want someone to quote me right. If there was no royal queue, and crypto ambassadors in particular, yeah, because our system makes trading very easy. Our system makes making of money very easy. So if there were no crypto ambassadors and there was absence of a tool that we use to trade called the royal queue, I would basically make a statement this morning and say, losing is part of trading. But since there is crypto ambassadors and royal queue, I will say floating loss is part of trading. Okay? And it is important for you who is going to be doing technical analysis to always have what we call a trading book. Okay, get yourself a book and name it a trading book. And this trading book is very important. Okay, I usually say, whoever wants to be a successful businessman or business lady that wants to work from home, to me, it is important for you to open up a home office. What is a home office? A home office is a table and a chair. Whether you put it in your bedroom, I don't care. Whether you put it in your dining, I don't care. Whether you put it in that self-confused house, maybe where you stay, I don't care. But it is important for you to have an office if you are willing to work from home. I know someone may say an office for what? Where you go, like now I'm seated in my office, but I'm not going to switch on my camera. But I'm seated in my office. So I also want to encourage you. So there, basically, make sure you have a pen and a paper. And as you're going to learn how to do your analysis, I want you to write down when you pick a trade and it goes in floating loss. And also, and I want you to write down when you pick up a trade and it wins. This is important for you to know what you did exactly. So every time you win, write down. Every time you pick up a trade and go in huge floating loss, write down. Okay? It is also important, as we are dealing with this topic called emotional trading, do not say you want to use a lot of money to make more money. Do not say you want to use a lot of money to make more money. It's not how traders effectively trade. Yes, it's not how traders effectively trade. You'll find that you cannot be able to use more money to make more money. I don't know if from here. Do not come up with options. I will try to use a lot of money to make more money. Now, as we are dealing with this huge topic, and one of the key topics for someone to become a successful trader, ladies and gentlemen, I want to base my sharing on a very sensitive thing is Okay, just a minute. I'm trying to rule out just something. Okay, so how do we control how do we control our fear and our greed in the market? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you act when you are in floating loss. Now, people like Sevagara, Gabriel, Dele, Friday Joy, ignore my screen. I don't want to talk about you. The reason why you are appearing on my screen is because you are over touching it. So, I request you humbly, don't tap in my screen, ignore it, just stay on Zoom if you are able to see the screen. And please continue without you tapping in the screen. This will be very important to me. Okay. This is very important to me. Thank you so much for understanding. Okay. So how are we going to control? Let me first define what is this fear and what is this greed, to enable anyone who's listening me today to understand what I mean by when I talk about fear and what do I mean when I talk about greed. Okay, let me start with this important aspect called fear. What is fear, Julius? Now, fear brings in a very strong idea. Fear brings in what we call FOMO. And in crypto, the word FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Yeah, there is a fear of missing out, the FOMO. And the FOMO brings in an idea that you buy at a wrong time. You buy at a wrong time. Now, this pushes me a little bit back when I talk about the fear of missing out, or that it brings in this idea of you buying at a wrong time. How does this happen in Royal Q? For example, in the Royal Q business, when does this happen? And it causes you to get what we call floating loss. Now, let me first come back here, define floating loss. Let me first come back here and define floating loss. What is floating loss? Floating loss is unrealized loss. Unrealized loss. Okay, floating loss is unrealized loss. Now, unrealized loss, ladies and gentlemen, is that maybe you bought Bitcoin at let's say $72,000, and then Bitcoin. So let me say you bought you bought one BTC at that price. You bought BTC at $72,000. And when you bought your BTC at $72,000, BTC comes down at $65,000. It means what is happening is you bought your one BTC at $72,000. Now the price of BTC is now at $65,000. So you have one BTC. You had one BTC when the price was at $72,000. You still have one BTC when the price of BTC is at $65,000. People are saying they cannot see my screen. Is it true? Let me confirm with you guys. Is my screen visible? Now, the challenge I face with you, you tap in my screen. That's the challenge. And I need to find a way of dealing with you. You are becoming a very big problem. It's not me who changes the focus mode of what I'm doing. It is I'm using a different version. I'm using a different version that anybody, the version I'm using is that it allows anyone to touch my screen. So it affects what some of you can see. Okay. And the version, that is the challenge that I'm facing. But let me see. Let me see if I could stop it. So people are complaining. It's not me who's pushing my notes, but anybody can tap in the screen. Someone is still saying you cannot see your screen. Okay, let me first stop sharing. Now I don't know, but I don't know now how I'm going to help. I don't know how I'm going to help. Let me try again. I don't know how I'm going to help, but let me see. But if you are able to see my screen, you would give me, because it's not easy now when it's going to become a little bit hard for me now. You are making life a little bit hard, but you can try to make it a little bit simple. Now, on this meeting, only 78 people can see my screen. Now, may I can see who can see. Now you are 80. Only 80 can see my screen. So the rest of around 60 people cannot see my screen. Now, those of you who are seeing my screen, do not write in my screen. It is really becoming a very big challenge. All what I do, I stop writing because I can see you. I can see those who can see my screen. 91, you can see my screen. Now, like you see, what I hope now, let's continue. Those who can see, we continue. Those who cannot see, I believe we shall find another way. Okay. Now, the other biggest challenge with this whiteboard of this version is that when you write in my screen, it is hard for me to undo the act. So I was of a view and a request that I'm dealing with all the people. And it is now when it becomes cumbersome, I need to always stop sharing my screen and share it again. I was of a view and a request that please do not write in my screen. Just wait. Okay. If you can see my screen, give me one in the chat. Now, me, I'm tired of waiting and I would love to do my work because if you can hear, even if you cannot see the screen, you can be able to learn. If you can see my screen, give me one in the chat. Please, I would love to just continue now because it is taking time and definitely also affecting my performance. If you cannot see, get out of the Zoom and come in again. If you join the Zoom, don't tap in my whiteboard. Okay, don't tap in my whiteboard. Don't write in there. Uh, please, I request. This affects the results, and it's hard for me to continue. Thank you so much for understanding, and I love you all. Okay, so I'm gonna write something on my board. Just picked up my pen, and you tell me if you can see it, then we can be able to definitely continue. Okay. Okay, if you can see this word two in the chat, just counter write it in the chat. If you can see the word I've written on my whiteboard, just counter write it in the chat. Just counter write it in the chat. If you can see what I've written on my whiteboard, just counter write it in the chat. Okay. I understand over 30 people cannot see my whiteboard, but if you can hear, just move on with that. Thank you so much for understanding, and I really appreciate. Someone saying you will also want to become an adult. Okay, but become emotional free. Me, I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm just here to teach. So don't add emotions to our training, basically. Okay, so what I'm trying to deal with is the fear. Okay, the FOMO, and this FOMO only happens when you buy at the wrong time. Okay, buy at wrong time. Let me give some examples. Like yesterday, how many Royal users you found a coin called FARM? How many found a coin called FARM yesterday? And this coin was at around 108% on Royal Q in profit. How many saw this coin? Give me a 2 in the chat. Now, you have you wanted to check out on your robot as an example, and you found this coin called FARM, and it's at 108. Now, you look at it at least for 2 times. Then it moves, let me say, from 108, and it gets to, let me say, 120. Then as you are still watching it at 120, as you are still there at 120, it shoots again, it goes to 140. And what comes into your mind is the fear of missing out. People are making money and I'm not making money. I also want to talk about something. How many of you you now feel like, had I joined this coin at 108%, when it could go to 120, I would be in profit. Look, it has gone far to 140%. Now, let me join now. So you enter from now because of the fear of missing out. And now this coin moves away from 140% and it comes down to 50%. And you enter what we call floating loss. So what are you suffering with? Okay, you are suffering with a problem of buying at a wrong time. So you are suffering with the fear of missing out. Now, the other challenge that we have in our business is greedy. It is a very important challenge. And with the greed, you lose more money. Okay, in Royal Q, you don't lose more money, but you float bigger. So floating loss is too much floating loss. And how does this happen, ladies and gentlemen? You want to pick up a trade, but you want to start with big amount. Let me say you have $1,000. Instead of you, like we're going to talk about your wallet management, instead of you starting with a minimum, you put all your $1,000 that you have as your first buying amount. And you enter a coin. Let me say the coin is at 0.1. You enter this coin. Immediately you enter, it starts rising. Maybe it goes to 0.15 and you are happy. And you are happy. But it turns against you and all your capital gets stuck. So the fear and the greed are very important, ladies and gentlemen. Are very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to basically be able to work out on this deal of trading so that you can be able to win big time. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is that what separates mediocres, because even in using Royal Q, we have 2 classes of people. In using Royal Q, we have people who use this robot as mediocres, and also have this robot who use it as best traders, even in normal trading. One, it is panicking. And this panicking happens one is panicking. When does the panicking happen? Panicking happens because of greed and fear. Someone picks a trade and sets it up with a take profit of 3%. By the time it's up by 1.2, he's already fidgeting with the robot. He's sweating. Water is coming out of the eyes. Those are tears. The nose is already watery. It means mucus is already coming out of the nose. The person is not breathing. Things happen a lot. Why? Because in his approach, he got all his capital, put it up all in, and now the coin is at 1.2%. And he's like, oh my God, can I don't know what to do. And one of the other reasons is why people have become their own robots. It's because of this problem. They pick up trades, and every minute they are on their phones checking up their robot. Someone buys a robot, but someone becomes a robot. What are they suffering with? They're suffering with greed and fear. There is panicking. When people enter floating loss, they start to panic. They stop breathing. So it is important for you to control your emotions. I had a friend of mine who we entered the same coin called Reef. I think this one. When I was giving an example. And so yesterday when I moved out of this token with $48, it was like, me yesterday I sold it at a loss of $100. Ladies and gentlemen, the robot never sells at a loss. And so I want you to leave the panicking and I want you to control your emotions because whatever goes up comes down. And whatever comes down goes up. Now, how are we going to be able to handle our emotions? How are we going to be able to handle our greed as we trade? Either personally without the board, because what I'm teaching is just general knowledge. We are going to look at a very important aspect. And to be able to control our emotions, the answer is called risk management. You only control your emotions by doing what we call risk management. And how do you do risk management? We use probability. You need to be using what we call probability. Probability. And you need to trade like a casino. You need to trade like a casino. Okay. Let me have a question, guys. Who can go in a casino and enter all their funds at once? Who can enter a casino? If you are here and when you can't go to a casino, you can enter all your funds at once. Let me know. Some answers in the chat. Who can go to a casino and you enter all your funds at once? Anyone? Is it practical to go to the casino to play those money games and you enter all the funds you have come with at once? Let me know. Is it practical? Nobody? Am I still loud and clear? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. So some answers in the chat. Can you go to a casino to play money-making games and you enter all your funds at once? The answer is no. What do you do? People have gone to a casino. What do you do? Or am I speaking about something people don't know about? What do you do if you go to a casino to play money-making games or money games? What do you do? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What do you do if you go to a casino to play money-making games? What do you do? Let me know. So you need to do what we call, yes, you invest bit by bit. Thank you so much. You invest bit by bit. You invest little. You put in small amount at a time. Thank you so much. So you need to trade. When you want to become a very good trader, you need to trade like a casino. You need to trade like a casino, and you need to use probability. So when we enter a trade, there are two parts of this trade, and we're going to be looking at that. The top part of our entry is our reward. And the down part of our entry is our risk. So there should be a ratio of probability that is equal to a win over floating loss. If we are using Royal Q normal trading, I would say a win over a loss. So if you pick a coin, whether it is a signal picked by yourself, there should be a probability of going into floating loss and a probability of your trade selling. So if you want to trade in normal life without Royal Q, I would say there should be a potential loss, versus a potential win. You must trade with probability. A probability of this coin going into floating loss with a probability of this coin going into win. You must trade like a casino. You must be able to use probability. But the reason why you are here listening to me this fantastic morning is to teach you the art and the science that we are going to be understanding in the coming 1 month that we are remaining with. The power where we want to win more. We want to win more because now we are still playing, guys. We want to win more over time. We want to have more wins over time. Okay, we want to win more over time. Now, let me go to a very important aspect, having defined that. Now, so I want you to understand we are going to be trading like a casino. We are going to be trading with probability. When we set up our trades, we must be able to know there is a probability of us going into floating loss, which is non-realized loss, which means we are not going to lose our funds, but we shall be in trade for some time. And we must be able also, ladies and gentlemen, to look at the risk involved. Now let's look at the probability of risk to reward. When I talk about risk to reward in using Royal Q, here I'm talking about the probability of floating loss and the probability of floating profit. Okay, the trade winning or the trade going up and give you a take profit, and the trade going down and lead you in floating loss. Now, how do you do this? Is that before you pick up a trade, you know your entry. You must know your entry. And you must know your exit from the market. You must know your entry, and also you must know your exit in the market. And as you plan to go into winning trades that we are going to go and teach you how to win trades, your risk to reward ratio, you guy who comes out, move out and enter again, just control your, you know, when you are attending classes, you don't need to comment about everything. Because sometimes you can cause confusion. You don't need to comment about everything. You need to control your comments. Sometimes you just need to attend. Because when I'm teaching risk to reward ratio, and now you are telling people move out and enter again, you need to control your emotions and control what you want to type. You know, in life, you don't need to be commenting about everything. Okay, I hope that gets you in the right position. So you don't need to comment about everything so that you don't cause confusion, right? Okay, now let's talk about risk to reward. Okay, I want to be very, very, very critical here, and I say, even if you will analyze coins by yourself, not all coins will win. Give me one in the chat if my answer is clear. Even if you learn how to do technical analysis, not all coins that you will analyze by yourself from this class will win. Okay, so some coins you will analyze them and you go into floating loss. Some coins you will analyze them and you win. Now, let's give an example. You go to a casino and you play 10 games. You go to a casino and you play 10 games. You go to a casino and you play 10 games. Each game you play gives you $10. Each game you play gives you $10. So you win 5 games. You win 5 games. And you lose 5 games. Your profit is 0. Am I right? You go to a casino to play 10 games. Each game you win is $10. You win 5 games, you lose 5 games. Your profit is 0. Am I right? Give me some answers in the chat to see if you are understanding. Because if you don't, then I will get lost also. Am I right? You go to a casino, you play 10 games, you lose 10 games. Your profit is 0. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Now, People outside there who are not using Royal Q, or if you want to do manual trading by yourself, your risk reward comes from target price, the price you want to get out of the coin. No, it is not depending on your investment. No. Please, guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. It is not depending on your investment. You go to a casino, please understand. You go to a casino, you play 10, because now if someone comes and says it depending on your investment, no, just understand what I'm teaching. If you go to a casino to play 10 games, you win 5 games, and each game is $10. You win 5 games, you lose 5 games. Your profit is 0. It's not depending on your investment. This is not depending on your investment. Now, your risk to reward ratio is target price minus entry price divided by entry price minus stop loss. Now, people who are using market trading, if he enters from here and he wants to get out from here, this is 0.5 price of a coin and he wants to get out at $1. You must be able to look at from your entry price to where the stop loss. Now, the other people use what we call stop loss. What is stop loss? Because I know maybe in my lingua, it is part, it's a point where a trader decides to stop the loss. This one, it is a point where a trader in other business, not in Royal Q, where a trader decides to stop the loss. For example, I invest $30,000 here. Now this coin goes to 0.1. Then I say, when this coin drops here, I will stop my loss. I will sell, make that loss and move out of that coin. But in Royal Q, when you enter a trade, you must know from your entry what is your target. From your entry, where are your margin calls? How deep do you want your robot to buy? So, if you do not put up margin calls, you are not using risk to reward ratio. So you must be able to say, from my entry to my take profit, and from my entry to this area, that is where I want my robot to buy more. And I'm going to be explaining why that is important. Give me one in the chat if that is clear. Now, the reason why you are here, ladies and gentlemen, is that by using technical analysis that we are going to be understanding in this coming 1 month, but some days, like I'm going to travel, I have events, I will not be doing these trainings. Like I was in Imbarara and I didn't do on Friday. So once you see the event is getting near, like I'm going to travel to Kenya. So those days you will be missing out on these trainings. So why we are here is to teach you how to do what we call technical analysis so that we increase your chances, your probability. We increase your probability of winning more over time. Give me a 1 in the chat if I'm clear. The reason why we are here to teach you technical analysis. Yes, I want you to understand that some trades will go against you, but we want to help you win more over time. Okay. Now, to be able to win more over time, we need to manage our risk management by minimizing our losses. You know, if you want to be very successful in trading, I want you to focus on the marathon. Not on the sprints. Focus on the marathon, not on the sprints. If you're a runner who focuses on the marathon, not on the sprints, you understand that you will win over time. And so for you to be able to win over time, as you learn the technical analysis that I'm going to go into depth, I'm just doing introductions to you guys, you will need to use what we call dollar cost averaging. What is dollar cost averaging? It is buying this asset at different price whenever the market goes down. Dollar cost averaging. You are buying this crypto asset, very importantly, at a different price whenever, and this is very important, whenever the market goes down. That is dollar cost averaging. What does this do? This creates a new average price. This creates a new average price. I was explaining the people of Mbarara this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important, if you are listening to me, it is and never, let me make a bolder statement. Let me even use a highlighter. Never buy with 100% of your capital. Never buy with 100% of your capital, because when the market goes down, you can't buy at a cheaper price. Never buy with 100% of your capital, because when the market goes down, you can't buy at a cheaper price. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why it is important That's why it is important, ladies and gentlemen, listening to me this morning. That's why it is important, ladies and gentlemen, listening to me this morning, to avoid putting all your capital at once. Play with small positions. I mean with small amounts. Because you will always get the best average positions. Give me one in the chat if my point is clear. Give me a one in the chat if my point is clear. Give me a one in the chat if my point is clear. So basically, I would say, as I complete my topic, and then tomorrow introduce you to lesson number 3, because this was my lesson number 2. My first lessons, I was dealing with terminologies. Now my lesson number 3, before I conclude now, avoid leverage trading. And I want to be very specific here. Avoid leverage trading. Let me first talk about what is leverage trading. Please avoid leverage trading. Okay? The reason of trading is to make good trades. It's not to make profit. The reason of trading is to make good trades. Do not trade to make profit. Trade to make good trades. Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm clear. You should not trade to make profits. Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm clear. You should not trade to make profits. You should trade to make good trades. Because when you focus on making good trades, you will make so many successful good trades and it will change your life. Give me a 3 in the chat if my last point is clear. Do not trade to make profit, to make money. Trade to make good trades. Because if you make so many good trades, you will be successful. Focus on the marathon, not on the split. Good. Now let me talk about leverage trading a bit. Now. This one was the TikTok thing. Please avoid the on my screen. I know you are out. Yeah, I'm going to finish. It's a little bit disturbing, but okay. I have nothing to do. Okay, let me talk about a little bit about leverage trading, although it is not one of the things I would love to do, but let me just drop in a bit. When we talk about leverage trading, ladies and gentlemen listening to me, it's where people use money they don't have. Okay? People use money they don't have. So I would advise you as you go into trading to avoid leverage trading because it causes bigger losses. It is highly risky, so avoid leverage trading. That's why in the Crypto Ambassadors so far, I'm still strict at the spot trading for now. But as I introduce, I'll just leave that to that. I may not go into details. Maybe in the next cycle, I will go into details. There are two kinds of trading that I want to just define, because tomorrow I want to start a new topic. Investors do this. Okay, these are the reasons that cause certain coins to go up. One, a coin can go up if they have made a partnership. So what partnership? What partnership? What partnership? If there is a coin that you see is going up, are they making? When they make a partnership, that particular coin will go up. So if you see news where they say this cryptocurrency has done a partnership with this company, usually that coin will go up. Two, fundamental analysis involving what project are they developing? What project are they developing? This is fundamental analysis. If a coin develops a new project, then that cryptocurrency will perfectly be able to go up. Okay, with fundamental analysis, what is the company doing? What is the company doing? Okay. Next, are they making a big announcement very soon? If they're making a big announcement very soon, that project will go up. And that is fundamental analysis. So which tools can you use to get fundamental analysis? Which tools can you use which applications, which websites can you use to get fundamental analysis? To be able to follow through what is happening in the crypto market space, if you are interested. Number one, this is a must-have. Okay, it is a must-have. Get CoinDesk. It is the number one. News. You want to be updated with news in the crypto market space. Okay. Okay. Also, you need the following. Also, you need the following, and these I think would be my last for now. Also, you need the following. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, now, okay, these ones I need to give them to you, but I don't survive the source of the information. I wanted to give you something but I need to use I need to use another method to access the information, and I don't know whether I will survive. It might take me where I'm not supposed to go, but okay, let me see if I could manage. Okay, just a minute, guys. This is top notch, but I wanted to give it to you, but then it needs me to enter somewhere. Yeah, just a minute. Will I survive? I needed to open up something online here to be able to give you this information. But the guys who own that area are very tough. The guys who own that area are very tough. The guys who own that area are very tough. The guys who own the area are very tough. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. Now, these are, okay, now I'm now going a little bit astray, but I want to give you some things. If you have somewhere to write, please note, and because I want you guys to be very knowledgeable. And, nobody could give you this for free. I want you to go and open either a Spotify podcast or any podcast. And these are the top crypto podcasts that you could learn. One is called Bankerless. I know people don't know these things. No, one is called Bankerless. Another one is called Unchained. You know, when you don't know, you suffer. Unchained. Another one is called Blonkcratch. Blonkcratch. This is top-notch information. You can only get it from Crypto Ambassadors. Even better, you can't get it outside. This is Epic Center. Yeah, this is Epic Center. Web3 with A16, with A16Z. Then we have Lightspeed. These are podcasts. You could learn a lot from these podcasts. These are top-notch podcasts in the crypto market space. Okay. Now I want to give you my top YouTube channels. My top YouTube channels where you could learn about crypto. You don't listen to whatever they say. Are we learning? Give me one in the chat. Are we learning? Give me one in the chat. If you're learning from me. I usually tell people, we are crypto ambassadors, we are very different. People are plugging us with bad names, but we are unique. We are very unique. Nobody. We are uncompetitive in this market. May I tell you? People are even joking. Please don't try to put us down. You are very unique. We are investing a lot of money in knowledge, and people are here, kwala, gwamba. They are joking with crypto ambassadors. Okay, next. I want to give you top crypto channels you could follow and learn. Just download. Just download an application called a podcast. Crypto ambassadors. So learning knowledge areas for YouTube. One, we have Coin Bull Bureau. Oil Bureau. Someone told me we should, since people are trying to put us down, I think on our Zoom, we should introduce a new formula for someone to join must be a crypto ambassador, and we can do it. We can do it. But trying to put this down, we shall create elimination areas if people are trying, like I hear. So these are top-notch learning areas on YouTube. I know some of you don't know about this, but allow me open up your eyes. These are top-notch areas where you could learn. You know, so I know some of you follow so much nonsense on YouTube, but I want to introduce you to top-notch areas of knowledge. You don't pick whatever these guys say, but you can learn from them. I hope that makes sense. I want to build a community of people with knowledge. I don't want to have a community of people who don't have knowledge. So you could follow and subscribe to these YouTube channels. Cryptos. This one is called Alta Coin Daily. You don't do what they say, but you can listen to them and learn. Learning is not taking action, but you can listen to them. Okay. It doesn't mean whatever they say is right, but it could open up your eyes. Don't go and run investments with them. Some of them are not easy. You might suffer. Okay. I'm not saying you go and invest with them. I'm just giving you where you could learn. Okay. Ivan on Tech. Lady of Crypto. Lady of Crypto. And lastly, no, someone has tapped onto the thing. No BS Crypto. Okay. Okay. So there you could be able to, those are my top notch. Those are my top. Those are my top. I hope that could be enough for all of you. Let me see if I could get you another one. I will not teach roll-ups. Okay. Now someone has, what was that one? Has taken away my information to the corner. But now I have other apps I would like to give. Use the highlighter. Please, some of you are becoming a problem. But trust me, I will identify you and remove you from this Zoom. So other platforms is Luna Crash. I think it's like Luna Crash. I think it's something like this. Others are just aggregators, CoinMarketCap. These ones, CoinMarketCap. Get these. Get CoinGecko. Crypto News. Next is Cointelegraph. Cointelegraph. Hope that is enough. Okay, so that is so those things really can help someone if they are to find out. So that is what we call fundamental analysis. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce you to technical analysis, and we shall start our journey now to technical analysis, and then start off with everybody to have a better understanding. Thank you so much. If you are able to learn something, you could like and subscribe onto our YouTube channel. You could like and subscribe for our YouTube channel because our lessons are streaming live onto our YouTube channel. We want to thank everybody for choosing the Crypto Ambassadors to be your support team. We love you all, and see you in our signals that come with time. We provide signals